What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, Locks in the NBA Western Conference Game 5 streets. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here. At our little neck of the YouTube woods, my Timberwolves are still alive. They're still fighting. Karl Anthony Towns learned to shoot again. All is well in the world. But anywho, NBA, we're going to be talking about that here. But Odd Shopper, friends, Odd Shopper, you want to be checking that out. That is for sure. Odd Shopper, you sign up for that down at the video description box below. Do you want my premium betting card? Everything single Monday through Friday. Awesome. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly. Sign up, take advantage, friends. And then that's pretty much it. We've got Game 5. Let's talk about it now. Producer Jacob. Oh, yeah, promo code Lindy. That's important. Use promo code Lindy down below. That'll get you 20% off. Awesome sauce. Producer Jacob. Game 5. My Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's get to the picks. All right, friends. Who'd have thunk it? Not you. Not me. Not you. Not me. Who'd have thunk it? Game 5. Minnesota Timberwolves hosting the Dallas Mavericks. 4.5. 5. The prevailing numbers across the industry. And oh my God, we are not going to touch that in any way, shape, or form. Guess what? At 4.5, somebody's going to be right. Somebody's going to be wrong. I will not be one of those people because I'm not a lemming. I have no clue. I have no clue what to expect from my Minnesota Timberwolves going back home here. But obviously, Derek Lively is a piece that the Dallas Mavericks missed. Now, they get Maxi Kleber back, and Maxi Kleber was a +9 in that first half against my Minnesota Timberwolves. But you work through the box score, friends, and there's no doubt that those minutes of Daniel Gafford, well, he does some cool things like 3 blocks and a steal, plays great defense, hustles, rim runs, does all of those great things. There is no doubt in my mind that he is nowhere near the caliber of center that Derek Lively is based on everything we've seen from the playoffs. Derek Lively leads them in adjusted offensive rating, in adjusted defensive rating, in overall offensive rating, overall defensive rating, and overall net rating. What does it all mean, Basil? Well, I'll tell you. It means that he is missed when he is not on a floor. And even if he ends up playing in this one, listed as questionable, does he play the 25, 26 minutes that you would hope to get the lion's share of minutes there with Daniel Gafford, or like sharing the center position with Daniel Gafford? I don't know. And the Maxi Kleber piece throws things partially into disarray yet again. Now, I don't know how much Maxi Kleber plays with Derek Lively in. That's going to be a very, very wonky thing. Maxi Kleber had a lot of utility in that Clipper series. There are times when he can shoot out and, play his way into a rotation, can guard multiple positions, but Derek Lively's a masterpiece. Now, of course, Kyrie Irving did not shoot the ball well, but we're putting Jaden McDaniels on him now as opposed to on Luka, and that was a big change. Finally, after 3 games of watching Luka go completely berserk, we're doing some different things to give different looks. Now, Rudy Gobert one-on-one with Luka, I have no problem with that. I know the talking heads on ESPN want to say whatever. Draymond Green on TNT wants to say whatever. Rudy Gobert is still one of the best on-ball and just defenders in the NBA. And against a Luka Doncic, I'm still okay with those kind of switches in the high pick and roll. Is it ideal? No, it's not ideal to be switching pick and rolls with Luka getting isolation against anybody. But I think Rudy Gobert is still somebody that'll live with the 7-footers. And then Naz Reid, Karl Anthony Towns doing a pretty decent job as well. I think getting Nah on him. I think Kyle Anderson obviously was a gigantic piece. We could see those minutes ramp up. And I'm not going to put him on the card here, mainly because Kyle Anderson didn't look all that active trying to shoot a basketball there. And, well, I've been focusing on the points department because we have been absolutely on point until, let's see, last time out, we missed by 1 steal on the Luka Doncic. Got the Rudy Gobert double-double. Hopefully you got that one at some nice plus money. And then game before it, Andrew Nembhard just went ballistic. Peyton Pritchard barely played. So good stuff otherwise than those last 2. It's been a really good playoffs. I'm not going to apologize too much. So let's get ourselves to the play, shall we? My lean for game 5, Jaden Hardy under 5.5 points. It was cute when you're up 3-0 to throw Jaden Hardy out there. It's really, really cute. And Jaden Hardy, he can get you a bucket. If you're offensively stagnant, awesome. But I want him playing in the regular season when I have absolutely nobody that I need to be guarding on the defensive end of the floor. And why is that, Eric? Well, I'll tell you. He was a 5th percentile defender in 2023. He was a 9th percentile defender this season. I could go a little bit better, but still a bottom 10th percentile defender out on the floor in the playoffs. You can't play this dude more than 10, 12 minutes a game. You just can't. You can't. And again, it was cute to do it when you take Kyrie or Luka off in these moments, they're still up 3-1. They're still in the driver's seat. Series price above me definitely puts that on display, but it's going to feel awfully wonky if you have Jaden Hardy out there too much getting completely blown away by Mike Conley and company, because that's what happens in his defensive minutes. And again, somebody wanted to bring it up to me. Oh, Eric, he smashed. He had 13 points, 3 for 4 from 3. He was incredible. There's a +2. Again, the defensive side of the floor matters so much playoff time. Like Jaden Harvey, again, I think he's an awesome offensive talent. But defensively, they took advantage of him. Mike Conley had some real nice opportunities there. Ended up 14, 7, and 3 with 4 steals. And again, 34 minutes makes court time of Mike Conley, Kyle Anderson a lot more effective to have Jaden Hardy out there. The Timberwolves would be very happy to see it yet again. So under 5.5 points, I'm liking that as far as like an under goes. Haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I'm hoping it gets bet up, because that's what happened last time. I was floored to see some of the numbers go up 5.5, and then all of a sudden it was minus money immediately, and then it was like heavy juice, and then it was nearly 6.5. It ended up 6.5 at a couple of different sites. So 5.5 points. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to hope it gets bet up, and then I will pull the trigger. But probably going to be something come tip off I have on my card. But over 209.5. We had seen 3 consecutive overs until, well, the Timberwolves played some defense. Kyrie shot the ball terrible, but Karl-Anthony Towns, he was always going to functionally regress beyond like a 30.6% effective field goal percentage, because it couldn't have gotten much worse. So over 209.5. Yes, Minnesota still going back home here. They've got the best defense in the NBA. They had a couple of big shots from Luka. He played phenomenal. He had an awesome opportunity, and Derek Lively back out there definitely hurts the total. I thought that would be the main reason we wanted to play the total last time out. Alas, didn't end up getting there. So something I'm still thinking about, something I have not pulled the trigger on yet, but I know a lot of you don't want to be betting. You want to bet mini line, Eric, pick a lane. I think this spread is like perfectly efficient. So the total, if you must, go for something else. As for the like friend, brought him up earlier. I don't know what to make of the minutes if Derek Lively plays. Now, if you're going to be putting this in a parlay, because I know a lot of people like to parlay all my likes and locks or everything together, and you're trying to put it there. But I got to at least say that I don't think you can automatically project him for the same 26 minutes. And the books are basically saying that that's exactly where he's going to be at. That's what this opening number is. So I'm going to short it. And I already did short it because, again, it doesn't become a like unless I have already done it myself. So under 8.5 points, that is a small play that I have on it. I think I might be adding more. I want to look at news. Again, that's a huge part of NBA. I hope you know that by now. If you don't, that's problematic. But under 8.5, I want to see if there's going to be a minutes limit. If he ends up sitting, again, he is questionable in the injury report. It will get voided. So be aware of that as you're putting your single game parlays together, as you're combining with stuff like potentially my lockdown here in the corner, who doesn't really shock anybody, but I think there's going to be minutes to be had, some more minutes to be had there. It was a -10 last time out. First time he didn't play all that well. We'll talk about it here for sure. But first, BetMGM, if you guys want to check it out, first bet safety net up to $1,500 down at the link below. Get your bonus bets if your first bet loses. Basically, all that means is that if you want to bet 50, 100, 150, up to $1,500, yes, drastic difference between 150, 1,500. But whatever your bankroll is, wherever you are, BetMGM is there to meet you at it. You simply deposit at the link below, you play a first bet, and if that bet wins, you get the money, and if it loses, you get it back in bonus bets. So it's kind of like you win and get the money, or you win and you get the bonus bets to be able to fire it back up. So great opportunity to take 2 potential swings over at BetMGM if you sign up down at the link below, only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. To the lock we go. Karl-Anthony Towns, foul trouble. 30 minutes. 30 minutes for Karl-Anthony Towns there. Puts up 25 and 5. Played really, really well. And yet Naz Reid wasn't the most relied on player out there. We saw Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson played incredible. 3 steals, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. But the main thing of note, primary defender a lot on Luka Doncic. Now, this has put minutes into disarray for one Naz Reid. And that's already been identified, and the books are throwing up a pretty low number here at open, 10.5. 10.5. We've seen this be one of the more popular plays ever. And Eric, he can't possibly go back to being a chalk donkey here, right? Wrong. You know the major difference of how this is going to pan out as far as having Luke out there or not out there? Derek Lively being back. If Derek Lively is back, that is a massive piece here for the Dallas Mavericks. He will be out on the floor there. It'll be more of him and Daniel Gafford there. Maxi Kleba, we'll see what those minutes look like. I have absolutely no idea. Potentially could not even be in the rotation, but being a +9 in that first half, I think definitely shows out in the box score. I think there's something about Maxi Kleba come playoff time that Dallas can rely on, can still be a rotational piece, but probably more minimal minutes. I think Naz Reid, it's kind of just a run out of extreme proportions. He was a -10 there, defensively getting isolated, and just a weirder situation with Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble and not seeing Naz immediately thrown out there. But how many times have we seen Naz Reid in Minnesota where these are the type of low numbers you get thrown out? It's not like he won't be playing, and it's not like anything barring injury is going to have him playing less than 18 minutes. It's not like Kyle Anderson's all of a sudden going to play 32, 35. Played 25. I was very bullish on him entering that basketball game, and he definitely came to fruition. But it's still 10.5 points for Naz Reid, and you go through any sample size here, he's only been around a 20% usage guy, and yet the efficiency has been so good. His necessity in some of these situations is so good that at 10.5 is just too low of a number for me to be passing up on. So call me a chalk donkey, call me whatever you want here. It's kind of the same thing where Karl-Anthony Towns, he would have been a good buy low in the last time out. I think Naz Reid coming off of that game 3, he has not been on my card he wasn't on game 3's card. I guess I'd have to go back and look. Find this. I got my spreadsheet right here. Nope. Looks like we are good to go here. Naz Reid over 10.5 points. Also going to be looking at 2 threes and 15 points alternate, maybe 20 and 3. Again, Naz Reid can fill it up any given moment, and Dallas is going to make adjustments to the Kyle Anderson piece, try to get situations for Luka to get better matchups. I'm pretty confident in that. I'm also pretty confident that 20 is like the floor for Naz Reid minutes. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist here on the board for Game 5. I'm very excited about this one, not just as a Timberwolves fan, but as a basketball fan. Give me more basketball this time of year, especially with MLB. A little wonky here this week, friends. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we get out of here. Thank you, producer Jacob. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets for Game 5.